enlightenment? And this question, I would like to ask each one of you who are on this call today.
Joyeux Noël! Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas to you. I sip in Bridget. And my camera seems to have got stuck, but let me welcome the all of you. Yeah, but my screen is stuck. Sip in GVK Raju, sip in Parvati Amma, sip in Kumar Swami, sip in Hitkari ji, Ashok Chotwani, Avinash and Sagai Raj, sip in Sudeep Bhargava, Girish, Gaurish, and Atmatray. Welcome back, Atmatray. Sip in Bridget, Merry Christmas again. Sip in Kaumudi, sip in Rekha, Parvani, but Merry Christmas is deceiving because God is never born, no birthday. Sip in Bisham, sip in Eru, sip in the others whom I cannot see. Today, we are going to ask each one of you this question. I'm asking you the question. What is the question? What is stopping you from the bliss of enlightenment? I'm asking you, and this is not a general question. What is stopping you, Bridget, you, from the eternal divine bliss of enlightenment? I want to know, I'm asking each one of you to please share with me what is stopping you. I'm logging out and coming back.
I don't know really. I try to find because I'm not able to get enlightenment, but I'm not able to put really why. I'm looking for, but I'm not able to find. Still there? Are you still there?
I want each one of you to ponder, like how Bridget, I want each one of you, I want you to ponder what is stopping you back. I want you to think what is stopping you back from enlightenment. Who would like to try?
Shivam, sir.
Shivoham, Atmatray, welcome back. What is stopping you back from that eternal bliss of enlightenment?
No, sir. Outer peoples and circumstances are not stopping, but we are self and our thoughts are hurdles in enlightenment path.
So are you saying it's your mind?
I think so.
No, when you say your thoughts, is my understanding correct that it is your mind?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So,
yes, sir.
Okay.
Shivoham from Hitkari this side, sir. Shivoham.
Hitkari ji, Shivoham, bataiye, what is stopping you from enlightenment?
Sir, I think it is primarily ego.
Okay, can you explain that? Thank you for being so candid. Can you please explain to me, Kariji, what is that ego that you feel is stopping you? What can you explain? Why is it stopping you from that bliss of enlightenment?
See, we don't want to accept certain things immediately. Our ego, our experience, or our feelings, they come in between, and we cannot concentrate on the issue.
No, I really like it. It's actually Atmatray and Hitkari ji together have given the biggest hurdle. But I want to know from each one of you, me, M-E, you know what stops us from enlightenment? The bliss of enlightenment. But today we will get many secrets. And everybody should open up your heart. What is stopping you? Do you know, I enjoy the eternal bliss of enlightenment, which means that if there are problems, it's okay. If there are difficulties, it's okay. If there are situations, it's okay. You are still enlightened. When you have enlightenment, you are blissful. Problems don't become problems. So like that, Hitkariji is saying it's my ego. My ego is stopping me from that eternal bliss. Atmatra says it's the mind. So who else would like to do? Bridget said, I don't know, right? Bridget, you said, I don't know what is stopping me, right, Bridget?
Shivoham AiR.
Yes, Shivoham.
I feel my attachment with my children is
Okay,
stopping me.
good. Attachment. No, attachment is a big problem. You know, attachment because you cling. Oh, you cling. And who's making you cling, Rekha? You know who's making you cling?
Yeah, my
Who?
mind and
Mind.
mind.
Your mind is like Fevicol. Your mind is pluck, gets cut. You gotta pluck. You take the mind back, like a dog's tail. You take the mind away, it'll bring you back. Because the mind doesn't want you to be in that bliss of enlightenment. The mind is against us. You know, many of you, how did this call start today? The call started by our dearest Bridget saying, Merry Christmas. What Merry Christmas? Merry Christmas means Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day. Hark now, hear the angels sing, the King was born today. And Mary's boy. Am I singing right? I don't know how to sing English. I only know to sing Hindi.
Yes, it's there.
So how can my dear Bridget, how can God be born? How can God die? Not possible. But whole world, Christmas, whole world today, whole world only saying Christmas. But there is no Christmas actually. Actually, this is what is making us lose enlightenment. That the divine, the soul, Atma or Ruh, in the Sufis that say Ruh, that soul is God. And we are thinking that God was born under the starry night and the shepherds came and something. So, but because of that, there is no bliss of enlightenment. So Bridget finished Atmatray and Hitkari. Who else will give a comment?
Guruji,
Yes,
I want
and
to say.
Rekha said attachment. Yes, Kaumudi.
Yes, so I think attachment and greed, lust, then the five senses, then the ego, a lot of materialistic pleasures, and a lot of things that we think we are, like I am, that way. I get pleasure in.
So basically, for example, if there's lust, lust can be greed. Lust and greed are both two sides of the same coin. People think lust is only physical or sexual, but lust can be greed. Greed is also a lust, another form of lust. But the point is that when you are in this greed and lust and all these things, then you don't enjoy that eternal bliss of enlightenment. Because enlightenment has, remove this, enlightenment has beautiful bliss. It is a superb bliss in enlightenment. When you think I don't have problems in my life? Oh, host. When you see me, I have realized the truth about life, but many things happen. But I look at it from a different perspective. Today, in just around me, there was a fire, big fire, pat, fire, real fire. So then I was looking at it with a detached manner, and I tried to retain my bliss of anybody else today. For 1 hour, the fire was around me, would have been disturbed, but I was not disturbed. My dear friends, how do you reach that state? Suppose somebody breaks your heart. Somebody actually breaks your heart, or somebody hammers in pieces. Then what is it? Oh, my heart is broken. But if you are in that eternal state of bliss of enlightenment, you say, heart is unbreakable, because I am the divine soul, I am the Atma, I am the divine spirit. So enlightenment is blissful. Somebody met me yesterday and they said, she said, my boyfriend, he has He has broken my heart. He has cheated me. I said, so what's the problem? She said, I love him so much. So I said, what's the problem? No, but he's cheated me. He's cheated me. He's broken my heart. I said, but you love him, right? You love him. You continue to love him. Nothing matters. You continue to love him because if you love him genuinely, you just love him. That's it. That is divine. That is soulful love. That is enlightenment. That is bliss. Look at what happens. When you are in that state of bliss, nobody can make you unhappy. Why do we become unhappy? What is the question I'm asking you all today? We are becoming unhappy. What Hitkariji said, my ego. Hitkariji, ego makes you unhappy. Am I right? Ego to dukhi karata hai. The ego disturbs you. Can you give an example of how the ego disturbs you?
Sometimes when you have got different experience and you have got different approach and thinking also, that stops you from accepting certain things.
So that thank you, Kariji. This I business. I know Atmatrai, our dearest Atmatrai has been going through tremendous personal challenges in the last few days. He has had tremendous personal challenges. I mean, I respect it, so I'm not talking about it. But I can tell you, I salute him. I salute him because although he says the mind is stopping me from that internal bliss, I wrote a quote yesterday. I said, always beware what the mind can tell. It can make a heaven a hell. Always beware what the mind can tell. It can make your heaven into hell. Mind is like that. So today I'm trying to continue on this question answers. Who else would like to tell me? What is Avinash, right? Avinash, what is stopping you? Sorry, Sudeep.
Yes,
Sudeep
yes.
and then Avinash. Sudeep and then Avinash.
Okay.
What is stopping you from this eternal bliss, my dear friends? Christmas is nothing. What is Christmas and cake and fruit cake and wine and jingle bells? Nothing. Eternal bliss. Oh, I can't tell you. It is so divine. How do you reach that state? Sudeep.
Shivam, sir.
Sure.
Sir, it's I'm giving a very practical answer, not a theoretical one. But practically for me, it is my social interactions. Whenever that happens, I know that whenever I know that I'm going into some kind of a social gathering or people are going to be around me, I know that's the time I am going to lose that peace of mind. Something or the other else happens. Somebody could be questioning me on why I do something or why I don't do something else, or any kind of a comments. That is something that makes me lose my mind, and that is where I lose that consciousness thing that you talk about, to be aware of what you're doing. That is where I lose it very easily. I know that's a slippery road for me.
But who forces you to go to the social gathering?
I normally don't do it, sir, but then social obligations and family get together, something. So that is something.
I'm not gone for 5 years.
I know. I try to minimize it, but then, and I'm very happy when I don't have to do it. But once in a while, you have to do it.
What you're saying, let me explain to you what you're saying.
Sure,
When you
sir.
go into samsara, when you just enter into samsara, then you become unhappy.
Yes.
You lose your eternal, you lose your bliss of enlightenment, because all kind of people meet you, they talk all kind of nonsense, they ask you all kind of questions, and you lose. But why don't you give importance to yourself? A lot of people think that by giving importance to themselves, it's called selfishness. No, I tell you, in spirituality, you must be selfish. I tell you, in spirituality, you must, because you come alone. You don't come with your father, mother, son, husband, daughter. No, you come alone, you go alone. Apo Deepo Bhava. You have to, Sudeep, you have to light your own lamp. This is your life. You don't want your life to be miserable. You want that eternal bliss. You want that ananda. You want that nirvana. You want that mukti. A lot of people, they get into relationships and then they say, what to do? I'm in a relationship, what to do? It looks like it's a crime to be free from a relationship, or to, even if, see, I am into many relationships. I have not broken the relationships, but I have become free from the relationships. There's a talent, eternal bliss. When you want that eternal bliss of enlightenment, Sudeep, so my answer to Sudeep, you is avoid unnecessary social gatherings. I know people who go for social gatherings and carry a glass of whiskey, and they'll be holding that glass of whiskey and one whiskey after second whiskey and after third whiskey. and then the night will be over, and they will go sleep, and next day again it's another one party, and then they're getting together, and then either in Diwali days they are playing cards and tash, or in Christmas and New Year it is drinks and wine and whiskey. But at the end of it, what? Where are you going to get peace? Peace is the foundation of happiness. Where are you going to get bliss? Some people, I'm going to give one example before I go to Avinash. They don't know the meaning of divine love. They don't know the meaning of divine love. So in the last few days in Switzerland, I added that to one of my key tags: eternal peace, everlasting happiness, and divine love. What is love? Love is soulful. You don't experience eternal bliss of enlightenment because you don't know soulful love. The love is of the divine spirit. I hope you will contemplate on each of these answers. Avinash.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So for me, when I think like what's stopping me from enlightenment or bliss, most of the time I think that my practice is less. I am not doing proper practice or consistency in practice. And along with that, I think that is what like I'm expecting more from myself. So my expectations from myself is stopping me. And that is again, sometimes I see that I'm not letting go the things. Okay. Not really accepting as it is. So that is another thing.
So tell me one by one. Your first thing you said is what? The first thing you said is? You're
Practice.
Why are you not practicing enough? What is stopping you from being in that ananda? Why can't you steal a few minutes? I know people.
I'm doing with means I don't know what is sufficient and how see momentarily joy and then throughout the day joy. So that is something.
So basically, what you're telling me is you're not able to remain in that state of consciousness.
Correct.
So the consciousness is coming for a few moments and then it disappears.
Right.
Correct. But then how will you enjoy the bliss of enlightenment? If you let everybody come and pull some people, they pull your hair, they pull your ear, they pull your nose, they pull but at the end of the day, your day is gone. And if you don't spend enough time in that state, the challenge is to keep on increasing that,
Right.
And what are the next step? You said enough time you're not spending, and then?
That is where I thought like I'm not letting go the things like you explained that somebody comes and disturbs. So I'm not like very at ease to, letting go and come back to what I'm doing or, yeah.
But your life is not going to wait for you.
Yes.
Have you realized that your life is getting over? You're not getting younger. Are you getting younger, my dear? Avinash, so you must try to realize that your life is escaping you. And some of us have all the opportunity and we miss the opportunity, and that life is gone. And then you will be reborn. And then you may not have the opportunity. Think about it. Today you're on this Zoom call, you have the opportunity to be enlightened, to attain that bliss. Who knows, tomorrow you and me, we don't have this opportunity. Then what happens? So I think this is the Guru Granth Sahib about Manik Janam Anmol hai. Na mile ye barambar. That's when, I don't know who has written this quote. It's not my quote. So this human birth is precious. It doesn't come again and again. Okay, who else would like to say, what is holding you back? Today my question to you is,
I want to say something.
Yes.
I want to say, also Avinash said about expecting too much from himself. Because I am also same, I expect too much from myself. Like expectation towards ourselves. Ye nahi kiya, this I should do, I should have done.
1 minute. Let's not get carried away. As long as you're expecting too much from yourself on the spiritual side, it's perfectly okay. As long as you're trying to ask yourself of consciousness, you're asking yourself of mumukshutva, you're asking yourself of intellectual, using your vivek. The problem is we are letting the mind take charge. We're letting the ego take charge. We're letting desire take charge. We are letting lust and greed and expectations. And we are going in the wrong direction. And we are going to social gatherings. And we are getting caught in relationships which are meaningless. Now you're caught in a meaningless relationship. Just let me give you an example. You're caught in a meaningless relationship. Do you have a choice, Kaumudi, to get out of that, or you don't have a choice?
You have a choice.
There's a meaningless relationship in front of you, and you have a choice, but you don't you don't make the right choice, you get caught in the wrong relationship, then what happens, Kaumudi? Who are you going to blame?
No one, but the social stigma is there, and like the people expect you to behave in certain way. You come from a certain family that way.
But the problem is this, and you keep on expecting, you keep fulfilling people's expectations, and you don't achieve your expectation, what you want to achieve. Okay, thank you. Who else would like to tell? Anybody else? Anybody else would like to say what is stopping you from that eternal bliss of enlightenment? I'm asking you the question. Yes, please. Who?
Girish.
Yes, Girish. What is stopping you, Girish?
Chattering of the mind.
What does the mind do?
Makes it temporarily impossible to remain in the present moment. So I react to the situation rather than respond.
See, first of all, don't we all realize, thank you, Girish, don't we all realize that the mind is an enemy? Even my status today says what? Kill your mind before your mind kills you. Girish, the biggest challenge is just to be in the state of eternal bliss, is to win the battle of the intellect versus the mind. Every day, every moment, my dear friends, we are constantly faced with a situation where the voice of the mind is telling us something wrong, and the voice of the intellect is being destroyed by the mind. The mind is a rascal. The mind is destroying the Vivek, the Buddhi. Adi Shankara wrote a book called Viveka Chudamani, the treasure of the Vivek or Buddhi. I don't see Kiran Mataji here. She was trying to read this book. So the moment you let the mind, what just now Girish said, what is stopping me from that bliss in the mind chattering? When the mind comes like this, the mind comes as a best friend. First, the mind will enter like, hi, I'm your best friend. The mind will come like that. And the mind will tell you, I am telling you for your good. After all, I am your mind. Huh? I am your mind. Come on, I am your mind. Yeah, come on. The mind will fool you into believing that the mind is right. And the mind will take you to the other side. And the mind takes you go round and round and round. And like Girish said, in the chatter of the mind, you're lost. What about the intellect? What about the power of discrimination which human beings have got? A dog doesn't have it. You give a dog some shit to eat, dog will eat because it doesn't know what to eat, what not to eat. Dog also will smell a little bit, but dogs will eat. But you and me, we have intellect. So Girish, when the chatter of the mind comes, we have to stop the mind. मन ही खुशियों को चुराता है, मन ही संसार में घुमाता है, खुशियों भरा जग ये ऐसा, इसमें इंसान क्यों रोता है, मन ही खुशियों को चुराता है. So Girish, the mind steals. It is the mind that steals our happiness. Okay, anybody else? Or we go back to other questions. So today's discussion was to help each one of you to reach that state of eternal bliss. What was my goal today? I want each one of you. Each one of you is my family. I want each one of you to reach that state of ananda. सत के चित में रहता, आनंदा में रहता, सच्चिदानंदा हाल है वो, सच के एहसास में रहना. Can you remain in the realization of the truth, my friends? Can you please be there in that state of Sat Chit Anand? Not Merry Christmas, not saying jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all. How many days jingle bells, Bridget? How many days? 1 day. Tomorrow, all the decoration gone. Where is Santa Claus? You go and ask in the mall tomorrow, they'll say Santa Claus is put in the box. The reindeer, Santa Claus, snowman, from tomorrow, from Merry Christmas, it turns to Happy New Year. What Happy New Year? What Happy New Year you're talking about, Ashok Chotwani? Happy New Year only for 4 days? After that, what about all the unhappiness? No, every day must be a happy new day. When you are in a state of enlightenment, every day, not every day, every moment, you live life moment by moment. You don't live in a past, it's gone. You don't live in the future, it's not yet born. You live now. Make a vow to be happy now. Anybody else would like to ask questions? There is a question from Ram Kumar Sharma in Facebook. Shivoham, today I would like to know from you what is creative intelligence and the field of all possibilities. Please take my question to let us know clear in terms of what is creative intelligence. Creative intelligence is a very unique term if you want to understand it completely. First of all, creative intelligence. Intelligence is the ability to use your intellect. And when you use your intellect creatively, you are using it in the state of consciousness. You're using creativity comes not from the conscious mind, Ramkumar, not from the subconscious mind. It comes from the superconscious mind. And the superconscious mind is the state of Chaturya. The superconscious mind is a state of Satchit Anand. The superconscious mind is a state of Samadhi. So when you reach that state, what is, in simple words, what is that state of creative intelligence? You know that? Let me explain to you. Very simple. Very simple. I don't like to complicate. Simple terms, creative intelligence is when your mind is switched off and your consciousness is pondering with the power of SIP. When you realize you are the supreme immortal power and you say you realize I am the divine soul, you develop what is known as a tele-receiver. A tele-receiver is a power to telecast and to receive thoughts, vibrations into the universe. Creative intelligence is sometimes called telepathy, sixth sense, hunches. So these are different terms. But for these to be alive, first, the prerequisite is switch off the mind. As long as the monkey mind is alive, there will only be monkey business. Yearning, monkey, Monkey. Ever yelling, social gathering, meeting, greed, craving, lust. I want this, I want this, I want this. Oh, mind, hello, Mr. Mind. Why you want? Tomorrow when you go, can you take anything with you? No, but still I want. Why you want? Nothing will belong to you. Nobody will belong to you. No, but still I want. This is the monkey. Can you explain to a monkey? Have you seen you hold a banana and you tell the monkey, please wait, monkey, I will give you tomorrow. Monkey will jump and scratch your nose. Mind is like that. Always think of the mind like a monkey. So creative intelligence is only possible when you reach that state of consciousness. When you reach that state of consciousness, the mind is subdued. The intellect is alive. The intellect, when it's in a state of consciousness, you are able to communicate with the universe in the state of super consciousness. Next question. Anybody before we close? Ajitek, are you answering the specific question today? What stops you from the bliss of enlightenment, or you have another question? Ajitek.
Shivom sir.
Shivom, bolo Ajitek.
Sir, I have a question. Sir, जो संत हैं, सेंट्स हैं, ये सारा टाइम सच्चित आनंद में कैसे रहते हैं? वो सर इसलिए मैं आप पहले जवाब दो, फिर मैं पूछता हूँ अपना नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन.
जो संत और सेंट्स हैं,
हाँ जी सर.
तो किसने आपको बोला कि ये सच्चिदानंद में रहते हैं? ये कोई तो संत ऐसे भी कोई संत है, सेंट है जो भांग पी के अपने मस्ती में रहते हैं. कोई
ट्रू सेंट्स, ट्रू सेंट.
तो you don't get carried away कि जो भी लोग हैं, all the saints are in Satchidanand. No, the real Satchidanand is a person whose feet is on the ground. The real Satchidanand is a person who has got control of the mind. The real Satchidanand is a person whose intellect is alive. The real Satchidanand is a person who has converted knowledge into realization. The real Satchidanand is a person who is in Ananda. Nothing matters to him. The person is in bliss. Of course, things will happen around us. Around us, many circumstances happen. But how can we remain in Ananda? Only through Chit of Sat. Only through consciousness of the truth. The truth is the truth. For example, today we are celebrating Christmas. The truth is God was not born. But we are all celebrating Christmas. So, continue your question, Ajit.
हाँ जी.
So my answer is most of the people whom you're talking to may not be in the state of Satchidanand, but continue your question.
हाँ जी सर, आपने जैसे बताया कि सेंट्स कॉन्शियसनेस में रहते हैं. अभी जैसे सर आप मुझसे बात कर रहे हो, मैं कोई भी जैसे है, आप कोई इंसिडेंट हो जाता है, कोई बुरा भला कह देता है, तो आपके दिमाग में वो थॉट आ गया, माइंड हावी हो गया आपके ऊपर. तो सर उस टाइम तो जो आनंद है वो तो थोड़ी देर के लिए चला गया ना.
Obviously. Lekin, for example, suppose somebody hurts me. Take an example, somebody is hurting me. For that moment, I will lose my consciousness, correct?
हाँ जी सर.
But normal man will not lose the consciousness for that moment. Normal man will lose the consciousness for that moment and then become stressed and become worried and go to depression and commit suicide. The Satchidanand person will swing out of Satchidanand, out of the consciousness for a matter of 1 minute or 30 seconds or 2 minutes and come back into the state of Satchidanand. Satchidanand is a state where you cannot be removed from that state of Satchidanand, Ajitek, because you have Sat Chit Anand, matlab aapne Sach ka chit kiya hai. The moment aapne Sach ka chit kiya hai, when you have got the chit or the consciousness of Sat or the truth, then that Ananda cannot be stealed easily. Nobody can steal it.
सेंट्स कैसे, जैसे सर सेंट्स को कुछ बोल दिया सर, ऐसा सुनने को आता है कि गौतम बुद्धा को किसी ने इतनी गालियां सुनाई कि उन्हें हर्ट फील नहीं हुआ. तो
हाँ,
ऐसा
because he realizes कि क्या जो गाली दे रहा है वो अविद्या है. वो जो the man giving bad words to Gautam Buddha was laughing. Gautam Buddha was not listening to him seriously. Gautam Buddha was not internalizing, because Gautam Buddha man हुई नहीं. जिसको तुम गाली दे रहे हो वो हुई नहीं. I am not the person whom you are giving gali to. Why should I react? So the Sat Chit Anand, the person who is in Sat Chit Anand, is unaffected by this Leela, this drama. They are unaffected by this Maya. Are Ajitek, when will we realize that life is just a dream, yaar? When will we realize that it's just a show? We are actors. We come and we go. Goal is to realize we are the divine soul. But we are not realizing this. We are running like mad people. We are running in a race trying to be an ace. When will we stop this mad chase and become a realized soul who lives with grace? When will we realize, yeah, come on, we are going to just live and die? When will we find out the answer? Who am I? Why am I here? When will we bypass, Ajit, all the, what you say, somebody hurts you. Hey, hurt me. Ignore the hurt, na. Somebody hurts you, you return love. You don't give a traditional response. I told you, if somebody tries to hurt you, the best way to react is return love. Not for others' sake, for your own sake. When you are in that state of Satchitanand, you say you only want good things to come out of you. You don't want negativity to come out of your life. You only want positivity to come out of your life. So this is the challenge, Ajit. If we are in that state of eternal bliss, we need this challenge. Another question?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Girish
Shivam, sir.
Shivam, thank you. Parutyama, Girishama, please, your question.
Sir, I want to leave the samsara, but in the mind, samsara doesn't leave me.
What is not leaving you, Ma? What is that samsara which is not leaving you? Can you tell me?
Some expectations, too much expectation from me. Many times.
People have expectation from you.
People have no expectations.
Or you have expectation from people.
I have no expectation from people at all.
Then?
And no social contacts also.
Then?
If some guests come, I am not able to treat them properly. I saw such feelings come to my mind. Some failures, expectation of failures.
See, you have to, honestly, with all due respect, what I would think for where you are concerned, you are a very mature senior person. So for you, my understanding is that to reach that state of Satchitanand or to reach enlightenment, all these people coming, going into your life has meaningless. Today or tomorrow or in some time, none of them will matter. Correct? Will any of them matter to you? Nobody
No.
will matter. What matters to you, Amma? Only one thing matters to you.
Yes.
What matters to you is before you take your last breath, correct? You
Yes.
want to become one with the divine. That
Yes,
is
yes.
your goal. There is
Yes.
no other goal for you. According to my understanding, you have only one simple goal. And
Yes.
to reach and to be, and for you, it's very easy to achieve that goal because you have already crossed the hurdles of life. You have reached the top of the mountain. Now, you have to just live your life as a yogi. You have to live only, what is this? What Girish also told, Sudeep also told, we are being caught by social people, and the social people, they trouble us, they tell wrong things. I don't want to give time only to social people. Now, why should I waste my time? Why people coming, so many people come and tell, Amma, Amma in that neighborhood, no, that lady, her daughter-in-law, she got divorced and she has now gone away to America. Amma, they will come and talk all these things. Correct? Right or wrong, Amma? They will come and talk all these things. Why I should listen, Amma?
Yes.
What is my business to listen to all these things? Waste of time.
Even
Why?
if
What will I get?
even if I have the knowledge, I cannot realize it.
Yeah. Your concentration on bhakti, on jnana, on karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga. If you can just concentrate your day in these areas, definitely you can be liberated from this samsara. Your concentration, according to me, cut out unnecessary things. I think who sent to me this? I think Eru sent me a poster yesterday. You all must have seen this, right? So one man, he created a beautiful statue, and somebody told him, what a beautiful statue you have created. You know what answer he said? He said, no, I didn't create the statue. The statue was already there in the stone. I just chipped off the unnecessary things. I just chipped off the unnecessary things, and the statue came out. The statue was already there in the stone. So, my dear friends, remember this. These are beautiful. So we in my mastermind, for example, in my group, my soulful partners, we only talk this language. Whole day we are talking. They will send me such a message. I will send such message. We don't have time for other things. If we start talking about bakwas, we start talking about nonsense, then my dear friend. So Parvati Amma, stop unnecessary things. If you want nirvana, stop all these unnecessary things from today onwards and concentrate on becoming one with the divine.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. With that note, thank you for excusing me yesterday from the call, and we will meet again tomorrow. Tomorrow at 8 is a very interesting subject. Can women attain enlightenment? We will talk of this tomorrow. Shivoham.